Hello, my name is Matt Nahat, and we are back with your weekly little fix of Pathfinder 2 Kingmaker.
Did you
Uh,
say weekly or geekly?
Geekly, weekly, all the things. Um, so it looks like we've got some potential stuff going on. It looks like I'm to update
Everything else looks good. Looks like
Nuts.
Nuts is missing.
Yeah, I will just sort that out. Second. Don't try changing. Try to please me. All right. Yeah. So, but we are back. We are gonna be orienting to get these things tweaked and fixed. So just be patient while we do that. I also need to fix these rolls. It's always fun at the start of a stream getting things the way that it should look.
If you need me
But
to help out with anything, let me know. I
yeah.
may be a little out of it, and I'm sorry,
No,
but
no, no.
feel free to holler at me if you need stuff.
It's okay. Got it. Let me know when you're ready, Matt, and we'll. Uh,
Nope.
no, but I can fix it.
So good, man.
I can fix it. I has the technology.
To make you feel better, I've had it change on me even though I kept it saved. So it's rare, but it has happened once in a great while.
Good for an entire up before you get an update. You get a serious update of video at that point, and then it says,
Yep.
no, that link's not good anymore. You need a new one.
Yeah.
Yep.
At least when I was running the vampire game, that's what I saw. What I had happen a couple of times.
And we
Yeah.
have
No, that's it.
Azriel, who is running a little bit late today as life is happening, and that's okay. So he'll be joining us when he can. So as we're orienting to get ourselves started, let's talk about. Let's take a minute or two to talk about what's happening in our life and if there's anything coming up as far as streaming or just TTRPG stuff in your own outside of this. Like, feel free to talk about what's going on there. And then we'll get started. So yeah, mixed nuts. Anything happening for you? What's going on?
Um, Too many nails. I don't want to crawl up on the top of a tin roof and pound back in for the barn roof.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not windy, so I'm going to do it when it's like that because I don't want to fly off the fucker.
Right.
Um, it's been
You don't
things
want to
like
play
that.
kite?
No, no, man. If you those crazy bastards who put on the wing suits, the kite suits, I'll watch the videos they make. I don't want to ever consider doing something like that.
Oh, I get you, man. That's why I said it. I
No,
get you.
It looks
but
fun.
it does look fun. And it looks like something that the slightest twitch in the wrong direction also looks like paste.
Yeah, it's possible.
But that's also riding a motorcycle if you're choosing to be stupid with it when you do that anytime you do that too. So I don't do that either because I do stupid shit if I get on a motorcycle, so I don't own one. Working on the barn. I've got like 6 ton of hay to move out of a Quonset hut that I don't want to touch because it's mildewy, but I don't got a choice. It's got to go. Um, Beyond that, gaming, seeing you guys when I do on Saturday and tonight. I haven't really had any time to stream with everything I've been doing for that around here.
Fair enough. Yeah, life is busy.
It is what it
Malkov,
is.
Malkov, what is happening in your life? What's going?
Oh, not a lot. Just playing around with the new patch on Civ 7 today.
All right. So how are you finding Civ 7? I haven't heard too much about it.
The UI sucks.
Yeah, I did hear that.
It, it's
That's the
clear,
one thing I did hear.
it's clear from a lot of the things that they were missing that they have not paid attention to the multiple decades of 4Xs that have come before. but they're getting there. Today added the ability to rename cities. A couple other fixes to some things. They added some more new content, a couple more civs, and they're slowly trickling some stuff out. But it's overall a pretty good game. It's just
some teething problems.
Stupid little things that this like map generation. All the continents are blocky. They are all very square.
Oh.
It's like they fired everybody who has worked on all previous civs and started with a completely junior group of programmers and developers who knew nothing about 4Xs. And they just said, well, it should look like this because that's what screenshots of the old games. They didn't bother to play them. I don't know what happened. But it's getting there.
Yeah.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
Well, in some cases, from the couple 3 games that I've messed with it now, because I haven't messed with it very much at all, I found the same comment that you just said. The UI is clunky, and there's no reason for that. That should have been taken care of just because it's how you interface the game.
Mm-hmm.
The second part is that simple basic features, like you just said, renaming things are things that's just a fundamental thing of being able to do so that you can organize your own setup on that. Not being able to do that, playing my first game, I stopped playing. That was a big enough deal for me that I'm just like, I can't keep track of where all this stuff is once I've gotten to a certain point unless I can rename them for what they do.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Yeah, there's too much going on to really be like, where was this again, and how far progressed am I? Yeah.
I feel that it just kind of circles back around to a lot of the fundamental problems with the overall gaming industry of they're not worried about a finished product until it's been out for a year at this point now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a functional game. Don't get me wrong. It is a fully functional game and playable. But there are certain aspects of it that don't make it enjoyable.
Mm.
I will say the only 2 games in recent memory that I wouldn't say that about is Dragon Alliance 3 and Stalker 2.
Baldur's Gate
Having
Doesn't
3.
mean there wasn't any problems, but they didn't feel like core pieces were missing.
Okay. Well, I mean, and having neither
Avowed is pretty close.
played neither of it.
But yeah, but there's a lot of them, like you said. It's like, why is that missing?
Fair enough. Oh, that's
Two
hopefully.
Point Museum came out in a nearly flawless state.
Hopefully,
I haven't done that one, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's only what we can play that we can assess. But yeah, hopefully they continue to improve these things and that the experience of playing these things keeps on getting better. DM, what have you been up to? What have you been streaming? How are the streams that you've been doing going?
Crazy, making the most of it as I can. Life has been a little bit nuts. And then, yeah, Cyberpunk's been going crazy. You guys are all in that.
We've made some good progress.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. It's some of it was a little bit stalling, but that's also because you guys were trying to decide if you want to go completely nuts and go and blast and shake stuff up, or if you want to try to be a little bit more tactful and how you want to do that.
Yeah.
Which that to me isn't really slowing things down. It's legitimate evaluation and consideration.
Yeah.
It's more tactics.
For sure. And also taking in, what the situation is and what our priorities are in said situation. So, these things take time and there's differing characters that are all trying to figure out what things are, and then they're players who are trying to figure out what things are. So, yeah, sometimes it takes a little bit. That's role-playing games. and it's
Yep.
great to have
And
that
that's okay.
situation. You know,
Mhm.
it's
As long as we're not bogged down,
Hmm.
it's okay.
yeah, I'm sure we'll make a decision.
Oh yeah.
So it'll be cool, and who knows? It could go well, and it could go badly. This is what happens, and we'll see. But looking forward to it. It's been really fun.
Um,
If DM is depending on
alternately,
dice, it's going badly,
right.
especially Foundry dice.
We'll see. But yeah, I've been doing a few other games, and then working on getting another TTRPG up and going.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Probably
Well,
build off of the one we did, Matt.
Yep.
Probably use that setting.
Ooh.
Different location, but yeah. So working on
Great.
a number of things.
Yeah. As always. As always.
Nah.
I made some changes in one of my home groups about just over a month ago. It was a very difficult decision that I came to after a long period of going backwards and forwards about what I was going to do. But I ended up when a certain player continued to act in the way that they had been doing, and they got their character killed because of the way that they were doing that for I think the sixth time in the campaign, when no one else has had more than one death. And um, I basically said I'm not going to be inviting you back, which is really hard. I don't like being a bad guy, but over the last month, we've been continuing to play with the revised group, and had another one of the same group sort of be able to come and join, and fill the table spot, and it's just been getting better and better around the table. And
Good.
this week we actually finished the session with a full out shouting argument about things in the world, which was amazing. Now, I'm not for like shouting and arguing, but the fact that the character, like that they'd got into character so much that they were like actually invested
In character
in
argument.
character
Yeah.
was just, and it just confirmed to me again, as it has been over the last little while, that this was absolutely the right decision, because we haven't had a moment like that for quite some time. And they're just like getting into their characters, they're getting into the world, they're getting into what this might mean for things, and actually invested. And it's just really heartwarming, not to have the argument, but just to have them at that level investment of again.
I will say on that, there's a lot more similar with GMing and team leadership or team management than most people like to acknowledge, because you're dealing with people.
You're herding cats through an imaginary world.
That's
Come
one way of
on.
looking at it. So that's kind of what's
just
been
saying.
going on in my world, and obviously adjusting to work, and adjusting to all the things that have been going, but things are good, and I'm very happy with all of my sessions now. Everything's really good. I ended up, I don't know who was there, but I did end up TPKing my beginner box group, which was all fun, and so that was an experience.
You were talking to me about that. So you talked to me about. I remember that. That's fucking funny.
And
Yeah.
we've decided what we want to do next, as a group, which is start the Strength of Thousands AP, and that is like a magic school. So we're going to be doing magic school stuff.
So you did confirm that one.
Yes. So this is.
I want to hear all about that.
The amount of content in said AP, six books. So I don't know how far through we'll get, but or how quickly. But it'll be interesting to see how it goes. It's written a bit differently to a lot of the adventure paths, and what it says that it kind of encourages is for groups to not just be combat oriented and to have XP given out and rewards given out for approaching things differently. And this includes doing well in their classes. It includes like getting to know friends like at the school and making relationships in the school. It includes like doing things creatively like growing gardens and doing different things.
That's what I saw that I thought would be really cool to try. So I'm really glad you are, man.
So you grow shrooms in the closet and sell them to all your classmates.
Yes, so it encourages this idea of creative play, and I think well, at least that's what it states at the start. Well, I haven't actually seen it go, so I will be reporting back a little bit here and there to talk about it. But yeah, that's what's happening in my life. Hey, Silverwolf, it's good to have you. Hope you're feeling a little bit better, by the way. I know you've been having a bit of a rough time and been thinking of you.
Indeed.
So, with all of that said and done, we still don't have an Azrael. That's okay. Let's now get into character. We've caught up a little bit here. Thank you for talking about what's been going on in your lives and in TTRPG space or gaming space. We're gonna now orient to our characters in the world of Galarian here, the Kingmaker adventure path, and we are currently on a hunt to quell the multiple like bad, crazy, magical creatures that have been popping out of random dying or dead animals and beasts and other things and just marauding around and just spreading out and so the Embeth Travelers, a hunters guild, has organized this hunt to make our kingdom and the surrounding areas safer from these threats. They have been doing some research into these events, and after the hunt, they've promised that we can take a look at the research and we can continue to grow that research so that we can work out what's actually happening and put an end to it, because no one thinks it's a good idea for this to be happening, except for the people, I guess, that are doing this. It's pretty clear that someone's pulling some strings somewhere. Not exactly sure what or who that is, but we are currently distracted a little bit from that research in the sense that we are on the ground. We are hunting creatures. They're pretty powerful creatures. They have definitely been significant challenges in battle. And we have met with this group of Embeth Travelers who have set up an ambush for a Krooth, which we know to be a crocodile-eating monster. and we convinced them that if they let us help them, or if they help us, that we will give this hunt, this trophy to them, and hopefully save their lives in doing so. And they came around after a little while and agreed. They were a little bit suspicious of us, but at this stage they trust us and are willing to.
I mean, we told them we could leave them to it, and then we'll just kill it after they're all dead. But
right.
I mean, Brar was pretty blunt about that. I mean, yeah, we can just wait till you know it, you all die, but I'd rather not see anybody die if we don't have to.
Hey, Crowfang, it's good to have you here, buddy. and I haven't forgotten about trying to do a music stream. I'm trying. I'm trying. Not going well. But we'll keep trying. But
Just
yeah,
bear with Matt. He will do one.
I will. I will get there. Yeah, so that's where we are. Our characters are over here, and with the Embeth travelers that are there, and we're supposedly waiting for the Krooth to return to its lair. They have set this ambush. You have set up down here, depicted with the blue and orange squares, some traps that hopefully the Krooth will trigger as it returns. So that's the situation that we have. Let me just, in getting us oriented, just reiterate what we have going on with the map. So off the map, just to the east here, there is a river, and supposedly either the Krooth is there or on its way back. It went in that direction, and it will likely return soon. So say the Embeth Travelers here. We have this surrounding area, which is heavy undergrowth, forested region. We've laid some traps in this forested region, and we have a cave over here where the Krooth is supposedly making its lair. Oh, hey, how's it going? Good to have you. Thank you so much for Prime sub. That is so generous. Really appreciate that. It's great to see you. Been a little while. Hope you're doing well. Let's give you a shout out too. Don't know if you're currently streaming a lot. Haven't seen you, but perhaps we'll give you a shout out anyway. There we go. But yeah, it's great to have you along. How's it going? Yeah, good. You're all good, doing good. I don't stream here anymore. That's okay. Are you streaming anywhere then? Perhaps there's somewhere else, or if not, that's all good too. Great to have you along, and I hope you enjoy the game. But yeah, this is where we are. This is what the orientation is. We have this cave. We haven't scouted that out. TikTok. Oh lordy. Go and check it. Go and check it. Skids out on TikTok, guys.
No, won't be doing that.
For those of you that are on TikTok. All right. All the best.
It reminds me of a time bomb too much. I tend to avoid it.
I hate social media. TikTok and Facebook could just go.
We are just playing some TTRPGs. This is Pathfinder 2 Kingmaker, and this is our fine group of people from across the seas. Yeah, we're gonna be playing our characters. So you guys take the reins now. It is your game. So what do you want to do?
I'm going to remain fairly still and just wait for the Krooth.
Yeah. Okay.
Vrar will do his best to remain patient, which means attempting to go to sleep so that he doesn't get too fucking bored.
Absolutely fair. All right, so the time currently is 3:30 in the afternoon, and it says here that the Krooth returns at sundown. It is still summer, so probably like 8:30. So it's going to be 5 hours of waiting. How does especially Vara deal with 5 hours of sitting in the underbrush too?
After the first 20 minutes or so, I'm just gonna look over at Keldor and go, "You just choke me out, wake me up when this happens. I can't sit still this long. I," and then he'll try to put his head back down to go to
I
sleep.
run my fingers over the light hammer at my waist, and I'll be like, no.
Now don't hit me with that. Fuck you.
Is Farrar still slowed, by the way, or not?
Our conditions will be gone. The only condition that is going to stay is the wounded from, what are we calling it again? We're calling
Falling.
it... Yeah.
Gravity did that.
Yeah, so we've instituted a little homebrew thing in regards to very, very significant injuries that are going to take downtime to recover. And while we are recovering from them, we cannot reduce the wounded condition below 1. All right. So other than that, we can be all rested for the next little while, which means yes, we are all on full health, so that's good. You can't refresh any spells or anything like that, but you could gather your alchemical doohickeys if you haven't gotten them full at the moment, DM. So make sure that you're all full on those.
Focus points, all that
Focus
such.
points, all of those things you can refresh. And then, at sundown, the Krooth will return. So, let's say here, just going to see if it says which direction Krooth appears, or if it's going to allow me to make that decision.
You got a pencil. You can make it say whatever you want.
I like to try and follow mostly, we're not exactly to the letter of the law. Alright, so it will appear from the east, coming to the west to journey towards its lair.
You're going to follow that exact path. The first trap it's going to hit is going to do 5d6 points of damage, and I believe it gets a save. Let me double check that.
Is it a hindering?
I put 2 hampering snares and a spike snare out. The spike snare is the small one, or is the small one. Oh, sorry, 2d8 piercing damage on that. It's a DC 17 basic reflex.
So I need, please, all of you that are up there, which is everybody, to make me stealth checks to represent your king silent.
Do you have to?
You don't have to, but it will be worse for you.
That is highly debatable. I will challenge that. All right?
No, it just means it's going to charge for you right away, no matter what.
The rolling suggests you're trying.
And you tell me if it's actually better or worse.
Good to see you too.
Oh, I got a 10. I didn't roll completely under, but notice it's not above a 10.
It's
on par for the night.
Okay, so you could put a hash mark down every time you end up getting above 10. We'll get to what, 15 in like 20 sessions,
right? Might be lucky then.
I did pretty well. So rolling just is a reflection of you're actually making an effort here. Sometimes, you're not necessarily doing well, but you're making an effort here.
If
Okay.
we had as long as we did, I probably would have at least once taken the time to say, God, are you guys actually hiding? But you wouldn't have let me get up because I'm too fidgety.
Yeah, we're all hiding.
Deckard would be trying to like hide on the north side of a tree,
Okay.
leaning up against it.
Focus. North side of a tree. Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah, I'd probably be doing the same thing because I'm not that great at stealth.
Just hope it doesn't come from the north. We'll be fine.
Well, they were looking to the south, is why
Oof.
he would pick north.
And the Emberth Travelers will also be making stealth checks. I mean, overall, so far, this has been pretty decent. Not amazing, but for the most part, pretty decent. The only person under 20, right, is Kaldor. Oh,
No.
Lindsay got
No.
one under,
Lin-
and one traveler
Lindsay's
got
one under, and one of the travelers is two
Yeah,
under.
so but overall, not
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
Guys.
No, overall, it's good.
We're all good except for the tasty looking dwarf to the I don't know. It all depends. Is this thing full and coming back with food, or did it fail to hunt?
You can make
Well, I mean,
some
he just stepped
checks
on
in
your trap.
relation to that. Yes, it has. So you can now trigger that and do stuff. So tell me what we're
Okay.
doing, please, and what sort of save it's making. And
I think that was your
One-
spike trap.
Yeah, that
not
is the
your
spike
snare
trap. Bear with me just a second. I did hampering and spike. So the spike is that. And why won't that just go up there? Okay, so how do I put the save from this into the chat window right now if it's on the ability? It's
I can
not
just do
normal.
it manually. What is the save?
It's a DC 17 basic reflex.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's 2d8
Basic
piercing.
reflex.
Yep.
So, I mean, we're critically succeeding, apparently.
Yeah,
That's
no,
a great first roll to make.
It looks down and goes. Yeah.
Does it do damage when it makes the save?
So if
when
it
it crits
saved,
success.
if it saved normally, it would definitely take damage, as not only critically succeeded, but it rolled a natural 20.
And this particular ability just says
This
2d8
bodes well.
piercing damage, must attempt a basic reflex save. Doesn't say whether it's half damage or otherwise within the snare. Within
So
the spike.
I think I'm just gonna check here something. We're just gonna look at this. It will look down and see that a trap has gone off. And you said this is a spike trap, so it's pretty obvious that this has been constructed, right? Like you.
It's a spike snare, meaning it's something that they would have to be using their own momentum is what runs the damage on it.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is why I think if you succeed at the reflex save, you don't take any damage because it means you've avoided ramming yourself onto the spike.
Well,
But yeah, it's very obviously constructed.
it is going to go
It's
to
not like-
here, which means that the other one will trigger, please.
Okay, the hampering snare. The square with this snare, as well as 3 adjacent squares to form that 10-foot 10, become difficult terrain when the first creature enters the snare's square. The difficult terrain affects the creature's movement right away, including its movement into the triggering square, and it lasts for 1d4 rounds after the snare is triggered.
Okay.
So that patch of ground is difficult terrain.
As well as the adjacent.
Yeah, it's the
It's
4
that
that we've got
four.
marked
The 4
there.
of them, yeah.
Yeah, is the trap.
Okay, well that's gonna last a while.
Oh, yeah.
The Krooth is definitely spooked. It is like It has its heckles up, all of its hair is standing on it, and for some, let's see if I've got some sort of picture here. Yes, I do. So let's copy this, get this up for you guys so that you can see what we're up against. It's always good to see what we're up against. And let's go over here, scroll to the top. Oh yeah. I'm gonna just reduce the size of this image to here he is in all of his glory. Lovely looking thing.
Yeah. Yeah, lovely is the word I would use.
Hey, do you know it's one of those things that I determined that I absolutely need from last week? I need a dagger. I think I see several right there in its mouth. I'm gonna have to take them.
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, its heckles are up. It's clearly looking about to see what's slowing it down. It is clearly on alert. Let us start an encounter. It hasn't detected you just yet, but it is definitely going to be rolling. As it's like initiative, obviously, perception is going to be happening here.
I did not roll well.
No.
You did not roll well.
Vara rolled even less well.
You rolled terribly.
Got Lindsay. Initiative roll. DM, if you wouldn't mind grabbing the Embeth Travelers for me, I'd really appreciate that. Ken? I will grab Lucas.
I'm using my instantaneous rage to rage, even though it's going to be a long time before I get to go.
So, the way that works is it's a free action on your turn, I believe. Or maybe it's on initiative roll.
No, it's on initiative roll is what it says for the ability, because as soon as it kicks in, as soon as initiative rolls, it puts the ability into the initiative roll for me to drag the rage across to it. Yeah.
Cool, thanks. Nice. All right. Well,
I think that's everyone.
I believe so.
I know why that screwed up for me. I should have rolled fucking initiative stealth. We were all hiding.
Yeah, you could have.
We could have rolled stealth.
Yeah, I didn't do it. Now that I think about it. Oh well.
Seek.
I think it might actually be the same exact modifier.
Mine's the same for either ones, and it's the same for them. So it really doesn't matter.
Okay. It is going to start moving. Now, so the difficult terrain is just in that area, so it's going to take 10 feet to get to there.
With where I positioned it, it was only in that area.
15, 20, 25, 30, and get to here. It will smell Keldor out. And it's going to... What's this? Can't do that. It is going to make a... It's going to try and bite Keldor with its first action, with its second action and first attack. Oof. It will absolutely miss Keldor because it rolled terribly.
It can roll like me.
It rolled terribly and got a 22.
Mm-hmm. And it will try to strike you with a claw with a multiple attack penalty. Oh, well, there's the thing that is obviously going to happen. And you take 36 points of claw slashing damage. But that is the end of its turn, as it.
Did everybody notice the tags on that bite?
The tags on the bite. Yeah. Yeah. Shh.
No. I'm not going to shh about that.
You don't. Your character doesn't know those tags.
No, I'm not talking as Rar.
All right. So we've got some Embeth travelers.
Brar says that's the big nasty maw.
So they've got some great axes and composite longbows. Can we not have them? I'm not with it enough today. So I think, given that we have warned them fairly significantly about such a thing, the Embeth travelers are going to bravely run back a little bit.
And shoot at stuff. Hopefully they at least shoot at it.
Yeah, they're going to shoot at it. Pachow. And pachow. Okay, and next Embeth Traveler is going to do the same thing. Coming back. The same point. Making 2 composite longbow attacks. Pachow. And yeah, these guys were fucked. Oh, we did some damage. Nice job, guys. 1 for a total of 7. All right, so damage there takes that. And
hey, hopefully it enrages and goes after the one that hurt it.
Yeah, Deckard, you see the Embeth travelers retreating a little bit, which in your mind is quite wise after what you have stated to them. But they're still attacking. They both made 2 attacks each. They're definitely helping. As they said, what does Deckard want to do?
Give Keldor another attack if you got a haste. You got that ability? No. Who can haste? Lindsay. Didn't Lindsay have haste?
He did, but I don't think that we've rested properly.
Oh, I know we haven't rested properly. I was just wondering if he had a bottle that had something in it like that, even if it was a 1-round deal.
So Deckard? I do not hear you, buddy. Sorry.
I do have something kind of like that, but the problem is has a drawback.
No. I'm not growing any extra heads. Thank you.
No. It's not that. It gives you a drawback of you take extra damage when you get hit.
No.
Move quicker. Oh, are you sure?
I'm sure you should give it to somebody other than me. Like for instance, if it works like a haste that way, and we can actually convince Lucas to stay at the back and just shoot with his bow continuously, that's a great thing for him to have, because then he won't be getting hit.
Well, luckily for us, the player is not here, so we can just determine that that's what
he goes melee.
I see
With
what you
his
did there.
Hands.
He reverts to werewolf mode but he can't turn into a werewolf anymore. But it doesn't matter. Fingernails and
He
teeth.
forgets that.
Wait. No. See, the time when you do that to make that the worst is when we were up against the gibbering Mouthers. Go back to fighting those with fingernails and teeth. God.
All right, I'm going to try this because this will help us. Hey, I rolled over a 10.
That is excellent.
it?
I did it.
Nice work.
I rolled over a 10.
Thank you, Foundry, for your benevolence.
See, it's the little things. Now, the Tallow Bomb does what? The 2d4 persistent fire? Nice. He's going straight into the river if he really hates that.
It didn't say that can put it out. You have to spend an action to put it out. To try to put it out. It's the recovery check. So if you have anything to reduce his ability to do recovery checks.
The only thing I have that reduces recovery checks is ceasing them to breathe. Sorry.
Ceasing them to
No.
breathe. Anything else, Thickard?
Doesn't do that. Yes. We had this this Tanglefoot bomb. I'm going to try that on him.
Okay. That's cool.
Ooh.
And there we go, under a 10.
Yeah. All right. So the Tangerfoot bag will miss. And I don't believe the Tanglefoot bag has a damage entry, does it?
No, it just makes hazardous ground, I believe, or difficult track ground.
Okay.
So when you hit a creature with a Tanglefoot bag, the creature takes movement penalty.
Yeah, so
But since it didn't hit,
it does not take movement penalty.
it did nothing.
All right, and you interacted. I believe that's your turn.
Interacting with vials doesn't cost an action. Quick bomber.
Your Tanglefoot bag is a vial for that?
Oh, it's not a vial.
You had to interact with the bag to grab
It's a
that
bomb.
out. Oh,
The bomb.
yeah, it does
Quick
count
bomber
as
say
it is.
bombs. Or
It says attack, manipulate, alchemic, bomb.
Quick bomber.
Bomb-related reagents are easy to reach. You can draw them without thinking.
Okay, cool. Very
You
good.
have to draw a bomb or versatile violet.
Yep.
Cool. So that doesn't. Okay, so I'd have one more.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you want to do what you're doing for? I mean, trying to throw something else at it as a map is a bad idea. Maybe prep a vial to give to Haradron or something.
To hoard him?
Yeah, just so he's got one ready to deliver if need be. Use the action up now so you don't have to use it up later.
Yeah. I can quick alchemy. I'll quick alchemy a healing elixir that I can hand off to Kildora's next turn.
Somebody's gonna need it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, next.
I'm saying him
Embeth
because he's the one that's
Traveler.
currently been hit.
Going to
Could be wrong, but in anticipation.
move back, and we'll actually get behind. He's going to take 2 actions to do that, releasing only 1 arrow. And completely missing. Actually, let's make this interesting.
Let's not. They're shooting through us.
Shoots through his ally first.
25 or 26.
Oh, he's shooting through the other Embeth Traveler first.
Your idea of interesting is not ours.
That's fine. I'm the GM. Lindsay, it doesn't really have any spells left. It has 0, 3,
Spell
and
slots.
0. The 3 is Dispel Magic and Restoration, which reduces conditions.
Oh, can she get rid of my wounded or weariness with that?
No. Clumsy, enfeebled, or stupefied.
Which I can treat that.
So she will inspire courage. And then she will try to toss a rock at it with telekinetic projectile. I mean,
It's an attack cantrip. Every point of damage matters.
14.
It's not a bad attack.
36
cantrip.
is not bad.
No, that's a pretty good. That's one of the pretty decent cantrips.
And that is her turn. Lucas, what do we want Lucas to do? You said get to the
Move
back and shoot. Right. So he will use his special feature, as he has done multiple times, which is Advisor Stratagem. We're going to apply the effect.
Ooh.
That's not going to work. We do not have
That's a
another
pretty-
target.
It's a pretty standard Lucas roll, though.
So he will attack twice. Obviously, the first one is the 2. It's not really going to do anything. So we are going to make another strike here.
It automatically calculates it with the stratagem when you roll it.
Yeah. And then it's a multiple attack penalty for the second. Still doesn't manage to. That's okay. He's trying. Keldor.
I am going to do Intimidating Strike.
I mean, that looks pretty good.
Why is it not showing the hit? I have it targeted.
Not sure, but you definitely hit it. Let me just double check its armor class here. It's a normal hit. Ooh, good damage.
And then that will also apply Frightened.
Just 1? Yep.
Yeah. It's 2 on a crit, so just the 1. But I can't go below 1 within 30 feet of me.
Nice.
Or is it 60? Check the rune real quick. Although it probably won't move away. And then I will do
make some
follow-up.
sickened one.
I'll do one more
Tallow.
strike with third action.
Makes him second one, does it? Okay.
Tallow does if you crit. If you crit with it, it does.
Oh. So it's not.
That's what I was saying. Like, I wish I'd crit, because that would be huge.
Yeah.
Because it stays on until the burning stops.
And
And
more
it's
damage.
like, that would be so nice.
Nice. Doing well. Wailing on this thing.
And that is my 3 actions.
Sweet. Varah
Roar
finally gets to see some action.
is going to make the single 5-foot move that he can right there to try to not provoke to get close enough to strike
Yeah.
for a single action, and then I'm
Pretty
gonna
sure that's fine.
wallop the hell out of this thing.
Put it down.
That's the plan.
You hit
Oh,
because of the frightened.
Good.
yeah, I like frightened a lot.
And the courageous anthem. Both of those things meant that you hit. Without them, you could not. So,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Frightened brought it down by 1. Courageous Anthem up by 1. Just made it so you
Nice.
hit by 1.
The second swing hits.
Yeah,
Because
Nice.
you guys are.
good damage.
Like I said, I'm aiming for the upper part of the snout. I want to keep the teeth intact.
All right. Well,
It's near death. It's probably going to try and take one of us with it.
probably.
Unless it's scared and going to run away.
I mean, at least he's burning.
Yeah, it's near death and on fire.
We're going to make a Jaws strike. 59 points of damage, Ra.
He just took a chunk out of you.
And then
the amount of times the enemies crit us is absurd.
My armor class is only a
Hit you with its
24 while
jaws.
raging. It's a 22 while not raging. I
And
mean,
then, as an action, it is going to break.
The amount of nat 20s the enemy gets versus we get.
It is going to break, snap one of its teeth inside of Ra's flesh.
Hey, you got your dagger.
fuck that.
Ra, I need you to take this for me.
It's question marks, but I'll take it.
And I also need you to be drained.
What
Hmm.
did drain do? Is that like level draining? Like negative levels?
Not
Status
quite.
penalty equal to your drain value on Constitution-based checks, Fortitude saves, lose a number of hit points equal to your level
That
times the drain
sucks.
value.
Yeah, it's
Maximum hit points are reduced by the same amount.
Yeah, it's like negative levels.
Very similar, yes. Not quite as bad because it doesn't actually reduce your effective level.
and then it's going to crit on Kaldor for that many damage.
The cloths.
And that is
said
its
on me?
turn. Yeah. So yeah, took a bite out of Ra, leaving a tooth inside of him, and then took a swipe at Kaldor. That is its turn. We've got Embeth Travelers to go. Oh, and I need to do damage to it.
Nice, max damage.
And roll recovery. It doesn't succeed on that either.
Nice.
Now I have one question.
Yes.
Mechanical question.
Sure.
And that's player. The Embeth Travelers.
Uh-huh.
Would any one of them survive that bite that I just took?
Yeah.
Okay, good. They're not anywhere near as weak as I thought they were, because that's horrifying if they got sent out after something that could just chomp them once and they're done.
No, they're pretty good.
Oh, it just hit. Yeah, keep
Nice.
longbowing the shit out of them.
All right, and then next Embeth Traveler is going to do the same thing. We'll try a second time. Nope. All right, and then Thekard. Thekard, the Krooth is looking mighty wounded here, near death even.
But so am I.
So is Kaldor after being slashed with this creature's fearsome claws.
Hordem take Vial and goes over to Keldor.
Yep.
Okay.
That's one action to direct Horton.
That's one. Which, yeah. Horton takes it from me and walks, because Horton gets 2 actions for me commanding him.
And can't you do his delivery thing? Isn't there a delivery thing?
Yeah, he delivers it. He puts it in his hand.
Yeah. Cool.
As long as he doesn't reject it, he puts it in his hand.
Yeah.
So you now have an elixir of life in hand, ready to be used with only
I have
just.
to change my grip to one-handed, so that I can grab it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
It's a free action.
Yeah. Oh, is that good? What else would you like to do?
I'm going to Doctor's Visitation. I think I can get rid of Doomed, but I'm not sure. So I need to quickly look at one thing. Drained. Sorry. Thank you.
Yep. So you're looking for the right thing.
Doom's a little
I appreciate it. I am.
Doomed is worse. Is that what you just said?
Perfect. I have no problem.
Doomed is way worse.
Doomed is horrible.
It is.
Doomed essentially is just pre-fills in your dying dots.
Yeah.
And
especially when you're already suffering in the way that you are with this long-term homebrew thing. Yeah, it's Doomed would be...
Doomed on top of that. Ugh.
Yeah, you get hit and go down, you'll die.
All right, so you're. I thought that had it.
I am currently wounded 1, bleeding for a persistent 1d6 damage because of the tooth that's in me, drained 1, fatigued 1.
Oh my god!
I thought I had drained 1. I know I can give you the ability to roll your persistent damage.
Yeah, that's normal first aid.
I thought I had the other one.
Yeah, that's just normal first aid that allows you to do that. That's okay. I'm okay with you just doing that right there.
I was right. Master in medicine. I am a master in crafting, which counts as medicine for all purposes. So I can treat your drained condition while treating your condition, or while I'm treating wounds.
Oh.
So I will treat condition so that I can remove your bleed, or do you want me to just do treat wound?
Take the bleed off.
Drained. Okay.
So is it just removes the bleed, or it gives me another flat check?
Gives you another flat check.
No, hold on. It reduces the condition, which in persistent damage, I guess, would be another check.
Yes,
right?
It just gives him another.
Oh well. As far as I'm concerned, that's a free check for me to try to stop bleeding. That's not on the same round that I need to be killing this thing if it's still alive when it gets.
So hold on. Okay, that would do that. Interesting.
So yeah. Don't worry about it. That was still absolutely worthwhile, even though it didn't succeed right now. I mean, Keldor is in far more danger of being dead than I am right now. He's gonna have to hit me
he has
twice
a
at
double
least
healing elixir.
Yep, I know.
Yeah, it provokes people if I drink it.
If it has an attack of opportunity, and if it's not dead by then.
I'm hoping it's dead by then.
Well, I mean,
so I'll do treat wounds, which because I have unusual treatment means that I do a DC 20 check, DC 30 check. I can remove drained as well as healing you.
On a treat wounds, yeah.
Yes, but it is a DC 30.
Yeah, it's a hard one. So
I'm going to try, because getting rid of your drained would be nice.
Well, you can't treat wounds
and that's
right
going to
now.
be that would be my last action.
Can't treat wounds
right now. Or is that all? But battle medicine is treating wounds.
No, it's not.
Battle medicine is just healing.
Okay.
Battle medicine isn't treat wounds.
Okay.
So it's the same DC, but it's
Okay.
not treat wounds.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you
Should
read
I
right
give
in it,
you?
it says as with treat wounds, not that it is treat wounds.
Got it. Sorry. Thank you.
No, it's
Yeah,
okay.
and
This
because
is
it's part
it's
of
a
the learning
common
process.
thing. This is
So
not.
many things
Yeah.
in flux.
Little bitty
I don't
things.
have I don't just have a lovely, complicated alchemist. I have an alchemist, natural healing person. Both have complications. So thank you.
Yep. No, I pulled it up just because it makes it easier. I'll read one thing while another. It just says as with treat wounds.
Yeah.
But it does not. Yeah, it says because it says
And that's the
if you're
thing.
immune to battle medicine, you can still be treat wounds that same day. Because they're not the same thing.
Yep. So I will still treat your wounds then, because that'll still give you health, and I can.
Well, you
and
can.
It makes sense that he'd be doing that. Well,
Yeah.
well,
So he's at the moment immune to
medicine.
your battle medicine.
but I have a feat that allows me to ignore that once per day.
Okay, then ignore it once per day. All good.
Yup,
Ooh,
it's all good. It just I'm just making sure you knew that's the only reason I'm doing it, is because I do have that.
Nice. Just scrapes by the success.
We just need one of these Embeth travelers to hit with an arrow, and we need Lucas to hit with an arrow, and this should be good.
And yeah, I'm done.
Oh, well,
And
the
then
Embeth
Keldor can just
Traveler
drink his potion and not have to deal with it.
is going to try to do the thing. Strike. Oop. That's pretty good.
That hits. Nice.
For 10. Highlight this, and we go. Bloop. Off it goes. Embeth Traveler gets the final hit.
And then I'm going to drink the potion.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I'm going to share this just so you see that I did it wrong, because this is different. And it would have actually been this that I would have been able to do.
Will you roll the healing for me, DM?
Yeah. And this is me jumping around a dozen different things.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to mention that, so if it comes up again, we know we can do that.
Awesome.
Yeah, you have just as a medicine check to do that, huh? Okay. I am
stops it.
perfect. I'm going to go ahead and do whatever checks I need to get rid of my persistent bleed. And since that's a consistent thing going, do you want me to actually make the checks, or since we're not in combat anymore?
Do I want to make checks for what?
For removing my persistent bleed.
There you go, Keldor.
Ah, yes. So you do have to make checks, yes. And you can make one
Can I
now.
roll my...
Yeah, that's fine.
Nope, it's done.
I'm still like half dead.
There you go.
Yeah. I just basically reach over and go, ugh. Oh, look, there's scab on the end of it already. Thud. And then look over at Keldor and go, yeah, that thing hurt.
Yes.
You imagine fighting two of those at once?
I think we would be dead.
DM,
God, I'm glad there's solitaire.
I sent you a PM on Discord.
Sure.
All right, so yeah, Krooth with one final howl.
Ooh.
Crumples and bleeds out.
Thank you. That is absolutely something this guy would be very interested in.
Mm-hmm. That's why I sent it to you.
I appreciate that.
What you do?
As Keldor goes, lay on
The
hands. Lay on hands.
the Embeth travelers will come on down. Come on down. Do, 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 do.
I apparently can't bandage your wounds, Keldor.
Why?
I do 2 damage.
You do 2 damage to him
Fail.
instead.
Critically failed.
Whoops.
Welcome to my dice.
Whoops.
Yes, welcome here.
I had a my kid had a project due tomorrow that. Hey, you know what?
Tell me about it today, thanks.
I mean, we
I will try.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. I was just gonna say I'm gonna do a roll to try to harvest the organs.
Wait. You just failed a medicine check on Keldor and then say that immediately after? Whose organs are you talking about?
He just like stabs Keldor and he's like, oh, I need to harvest some organs.
You haven't heard what dwarf spleen's good for?
Can I see in there with dark vision?
Yeah.
Reminds me of a long ago campaign there, Malkov. Our friend Denny going, I'm a doctor, followed by your character dying shortly thereafter.
Since I got a 3 on that, I think I will spend my point to re-roll it since it's very applicable to Thekard and what he goes for. Story-wise, it sounds appropriate.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Matt, the tooth that I pulled out of myself
That's
for
better.
where I was bleeding, is that acceptable as far as Var's concerned for size and for making into a dagger? Or do I need to harvest more from the crew?
So as we're gonna have a little story thing here, okay? Because there is a thing that we didn't know about this particular situation. Okay. So as you succeed in your mind on stopping the bleeding, you know, take a minute and you do that, you realize that the tooth is still in there, and in the next breath after succeeding, you sort of flex your muscle a little bit to, like, you know, and you start bleeding again. I'm not going to cause you to take damage, but you realize that you're going to have to get that tooth out before you can stop bleeding.
I thought the recovery check was the process of removing
Normally.
the whole setup that went along with that.
Normally it is.
Deckard, get this fucking thing out of me.
So I will post here, okay, so that you can read the thing and see that this is a special rule that this creature happens to have. Okay, so you can see it there. Instead of ending bleeding or stabilizing, remove the tooth in the drain condition. Yeah. Fun, huh? Fun?
Cool. Since it only has that, I'm going to do the administer first aid so I can try to actually roll with the proper check, which is not a medicine check, it's a crafting check.
Alright, so it's a 26.
Because I replay crafting for all medicine checks.
So, Keldor, you should be able to see in
Sure,
there.
Jen.
Looks like you can.
Yeah.
So. I just had to take you through the walled section. No.
Because I roll a 3.
Ah, you can continue to try.
I have a 17.
I know. You don't need very much. You just need... There you go. That'll do it. So, Brar, you just end up taking another 3 because we did things in reverse order. You end up
So
taking
now I
another
need to
3 damage. But no, we're gonna...
recovery check. Oh, okay.
Yeah, what we're gonna do is say like we're gonna finish it early because we're telling a story. It's something that you didn't know about. So now that you know, if you come across this situation again, you know that that's the way that you're gonna have to do it. But we'll rule that it was the other way for the purposes of not having more shit go on. For them.
Perfect.
All right. And
Yeah.
Decker does succeed to take the tooth out, and if you want to keep the tooth as a souvenir, then you may do so.
I'm trying to figure out how to say this without being crude, but Vrar's probably going to leave that thing with nothing but gums if he thinks he can make daggers out of these things that will bleed and do drained stuff like the way he felt from having that thing in it. You're going to take every single tooth out of that thing's head.
Throwing daggers or throwing knives.
Even if he's wrong and that doesn't work, he doesn't know that, and he doesn't have enough crafting. He may be able to make an herbalism check to determine whether that's even possible, but that's plants, not animals. And that the only thing I can see that I have that would even be close would be that. So
Yeah,
he's going to take them
really
all and try to
interested
find.
I was just saying, Deckard's only interested in one organ, so he wouldn't be even paying attention to the teeth. Well, a few organs, I should say, not just an organ.
So did you
A few
re-roll the?
Yes, I got a 29.
29. Then roll me a d3. Okay, so you can choose out of either the liver, the pancreas, or the kidneys, and have that.
You know what I'd pick?
So you just take one because you rolled one.
Okay. Of course, I have to roll a 1.
Of course. But it's still going to be useful for you, so.
Mm-hmm.
It says here. Item. Wow. It's going to. Effectively, what I'll do in relation to this, and perhaps you can do the research for this, will be to give you an additional recipe, and it does need to have the transmutation trait. So you might have to do a little bit of digging for that. But that's what it says in that entry. So probably that means probably it's going to be a mutagen. I'm not sure that anything else is going to have that. But you can have a look in your own time. If you don't have time and you would like me to do it, just send me a message, okay? So that
It has to have the what trait?
Transmutation trait.
Transmutation trait.
Yes. Just as I sent in that message.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Which most of those elixirs, most of the mutagens have. I'm not sure about anything else. So, cool. Kaldor has been scouting a little bit into the cave to check that out. The rest of you are dealing with the Krooth. The Embeth travelers are patting each other on the back and celebrating their victory, and they're waiting for you to harvest the bits that you want, but they are claiming the trophy of it, which is the head, as proof,
We agreed that
as
with you.
you guys agreed to. You even suggested the idea. Like, yeah, you guys can take.
They
the
weren't
trophy.
going to give it up, and they were going to die otherwise.
Well, you saved their lives. That will likely come up in the future.
You're right. Get it all out.
Yeah, I'm trying because it's stuck.
For Kaldor's or Malkov's knowledge, this map is effectively my creation, and there's not really anything listed in as far as loot in here. You will find the grisly remains of all sorts of creatures that this thing has devoured.
Do I find the remains that look like maybe the Krooth popped out of this person?
So, yeah, yes. So you will have to track that out of the cave. You don't find anything in the cave, but I will give you that tracking for free, and you find a similar body to all of the rest of the bodies. You know, like the spine intact, but all of the front of it completely ripped to shreds. And that is of a Megaloceros, which is one of those ancient elk. So one of those ancient elk died when it took a drink and exploded out with a Krooth.
Okay.
What was the name of the cult goddess again that we were chasing for this? By the way, that's in character because Vrar's never going to remember those kind of things.
It is
Mother of something. What was the actual name? No, I mean, they said Mother of Monsters, but
yeah, Mother of Monsters.
sorry, but with all this forcible birthing she's causing, I think we need to sterilize that bitch.
I think it's Lamashtu. Yeah, Lamashtu.
Because we know how they did it to the people in town. It was like tainted food and shit. How did it happen to the elk if it just got a drink of water and then did that?
I can imagine the water was tainted.
If
It's a
water
natural
is
water
tainted,
source.
that is going to mean a lot more
We're
different things.
fucked.
Well, I mean, like we saw what happened at the waterfall, like that frickin' Venus flytrap piece of shit was sitting in the base of the waterfall.
Yeah, but did we see any signs of that being a creature that was created by a Lamashtu? Like it came out of another creature?
So what you did find, which I'll recall to us in our waking memories, is you found evidence of a gathering of people in a circle right nearby all of those rotten fruits, and you established probably these people have gotten together and maybe had a ritual of some description to do what they did. And so you don't know exactly what that is, but that's, you know, you saw that, and you came to an agreement that people created that situation. Okay.
Yeah, this is a mess. But
So
I think we're done
you've
for
got
the day.
no
for hunt.
reason at the moment to believe that the water is tainted. At this stage, it's pretty clear that a lot of creatures are getting tainted, and based on the fact that there was a ritual on at least one of them, maybe there's been other rituals, or maybe there's a bigger ritual, something like this that's going on that is making this happen.
Or a poison or some kind of potion that they're giving to them that triggers it.
Right.
There might be all kinds of different things for that purpose. I'm just trying to make sure that literally the river is not contaminated, that the elk
At
took a
this
drink.
stage, you don't have a reason to believe that, but if you want to make checks at the river, if you think your character would, then please do so.
I think that like given my like I don't know my oneness with nature, put it that way.
Your treeness.
Yeah, okay, that works too. That I would probably do something like that, and the
Right.
fact that I'm an investigator and such. So let's make a nature roll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna speculate about it aloud and do nothing like a standard.
I'm gonna hero point that.
All right. Okay. It's better.
Not great, but better.
With that check, you still have no reason to believe that the water is.
Rats.
Oh, good. Good. Glad that it's not tainted. We don't want it to be tainted.
Well, no, I don't like. I don't have a reason to. Does not mean that it's not. I was hoping to roll like a 15 or more so that I could like
Be certain
really,
about it.
really
Yeah, well,
zero in on it.
doesn't happen always.
Mhm.
So Vrar at that point is going to look at Keldor, Lucas, Theckard, rest of the Embeth travelers, back to Lindsay and go, let's head back to the lodge. I would like a meal, a nice warm place to drink for the evening, and some sleep.
Several, well, Lindsay included. Lindsay will like scratch her head and she goes, "Back to the lodge? You sure you want to go that far? We've got 2 trophies, and we've got all tomorrow morning to go before the end of the hunt. Go all the way back to the lodge, then we only have 2
Yeah, I'm
trophies."
not ready to quit.
You can, so she will mention, and I'll pop it up here, that we have a safe place to rest if we just go back to where our patron is, which was down here on this
Little island.
She says, obviously she'll follow you, but she says, like, are you ready to go all the way back? I'm more than happy to.
As far as Vrar is concerned, he doesn't care if we win. We participated. As far as he's concerned, we obviously just made a new group of friends. He wants to go drink with them. And whoever wins this contest wins this contest. He's here for the information we came for.
Ooh.
And he's not competitive like that.
Ooh.
He's there for the party, not for the who won. That's not a big deal to him.
No, I mean,
Now, other than when
not
it's a
saying
life
we
or death
should be.
contest, then he wants to win.
But metagaming, is there value in us being winners? Probably.
So
do we want to try for that?
I don't care about that. Vrar's saying what he wants to do. Now, he's not saying he won't go on, but he wants to go back and sleep off the weary. That's what he wants to do. because he's a lazy fuck. If you guys overrule him, he'll sigh heavily and go along with you. But he wants to rest soon anyway, because can you cast another healing spell? I will
Oh,
say
well,
to Lindsay.
Lindsay will absolutely be up for a full night's rest at this point. She doesn't want to adventure at this point. She definitely wants a full night's rest.
It is after sundown. It's full dark now by now.
Yeah.
We can go back and
get back.
camp. Just go back in and camp.
Yeah, head on back in camp.
Okay, so where would you like to camp?
I'm gonna cast Lay on Hands one more time before we do.
I can heal us up if we need as well. It's just
how far is it to travel back to where the patron was for the safe spot for certain? How long would that take us?
So what's that?
Working.
1,000, about 2,000 feet.
Oh. You're literally talking about like 5 minutes.
Wow, that's
5 to 10 minutes of walk along the river, crossing that spot right there.
With the river and everything, it's best to say like 15, 20 minutes. Yeah.
We'll call it a half an hour tops.
Half an hour tops.
If we take our time and listen to somebody saying, I don't want to get my feet wet.
Exactly. And it is up to you whether you follow the river or whether you go a different direction. Either way, it will take about half an hour so you can determine which way you want to go. But you just need to tell me which way you go.
Which way's downstream?
Everything is flowing from the north to the south.
Okay.
Because that's east, which is the mountains, and this is west, which is the lake.
Okay.
Draining to the lake, yep. Okay. Yeah, I just say we follow along the river and just head on over there.
Yeah, sure.
Everyone good with that?
You know why Var wants to do that, right?
Why?
The Krooth is dead and he's going to swim.
Fair enough. All right, you make your way.
Pick on, looks right at you guys, and spoofs right into the river and begins swimming along, keeping pace with the party.
All right, you make it about 15 minutes into your walk. There's not that much left to go. It's probably 5 or 10 more minutes. You've been keeping safe, keeping watch, making sure that there's nothing out there.
That's the reason I'm in the water. Keeping track on that front.
Okay. You see, off in the distance, across the river, a campfire on top of a escarpment of rock.
Immediately go back to shore where the party is and point, in case nobody else saw it, but I'm assuming they did.
Yeah, anyway. And clearly make out that it is dark and this is the only light.
How tall is the escarpment?
30 feet.
Oh, okay.
Enough up that you can get a little bit of a view, not so far up that nobody can get to you.
Can we see people? Silhouettes at all or anything?
Yes. Yes, you do.
And we're like further. Here, I got to grab it real quick. If we're at the opposite side, we're what, 150 feet away, 100 feet away?
Something like that.
Okay. I mean, from 100 feet away, do you think you could hear a campfire crackling and burning?
Here,
maybe not over the river.
Probably not over the river. But you could definitely see it. It stands out.
Should I go introduce ourselves, or are we just going to continue on?
Let's go intro.
All right, I will change the map.
I will assist anyone across the river who needs it.
I'll probably.
Crossing
Well,
speed.
you got pretty good athletics.
I'm not. Vrar has no issues with that. He's a swimming creature. I mean, he probably swam before he walked. So I mean, he's a sewer dragon. That's where his clan is from. We are in the waters. That's how we do this. So helping other people who can't swim is something he's probably really used to and just doesn't even think twice about it.
All right,
He'd
so
probably just swim along with you guys and see somebody faltering and then just help so that they don't have to deal with it.
obviously this this measly little river does not, or stream does not really represent what we're crossing. However, it allows me to depict kind of the situation, at least as you get to the other side. And you have, a 30 feet escarpment leading up. You can see that there is... let me just actually read out the description here and we'll go from there. It says, a large slab of granite looms above the placid waters of the Gudrun River below. The slab's upper surface is relatively flat, with a 30-foot drop from the edge to the waters below. And you can see that it's going to require a little bit of climbing, but nothing untoward to climb this escarpment. You can see, so you smell cooking from above. You can smell a definite meal being cooked, as well as the smoke from the fire, and see the occasional silhouette or shadow of people crossing over the line of the fire outside.
Do
Can
I
we hear
hear
talking?
anything? Do I hear
Yeah.
anything?
Yeah.
Like words that I can understand.
Well, I mean, I don't care if you can even understand them, but
I do.
knowing their language or figuring that out will
Yeah,
obviously
so
help.
you actually hear three people singing the chorus of a song.
Oh, it's that bard.
Yep. Yeah, it's that spy bard.
And you can definitely make out the music.
I say we join their camp, drink all their booze. What? I mean, it's here.
I'd like to like, oh my god, damn dog. Fuck. I was gonna call out like in a nice way, like I don't know, not a hail people, like can we come join you? It's blah blah blah.
Do I know
Oh,
the
hang on,
song
I gotta
that they're
think.
singing?
Yeah. So
I'm gonna join it from the beach where I'm at down here.
they're caught up in
Loudly
the
enough
chorus.
they can hear me.
Yeah, they're singing, knead the dough, roll it round and round, slam it on the baking tray, and make a slopping sound. Tana would know this a lot better than Vra would, but
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Vrar's gonna join in from the beach because he's decided he wants to join whatever party's on the top of the rock unless somebody's gonna stop him. So that he can drink up somebody else's booze rather than his.
So what you do notice, okay, from down here, is that several of these lyrics have been flipped around a bit, and they are making a mockery of this song as they are performing it. They're doing a different version, similar lyrics, but they're making fun of it, and you definitely will be able to know that.
I wonder how important that is. I don't know. I don't know whether that would register to Roar. Oh, it's alternate lyrics for this song, and just move on.
No, but they
I'm
hear
not a.
you
I'm not a
from.
bard. It's
They hear you singing, and two figures will emerge up the top and like peer down, and you hear a male voice calling out. It says, "Oh, it's those adventurers that we met." And then you see Animede's face peering over, and she goes, "Oh, that's nice." She turns around and goes back to her camp.
man. She's just.
I'm gonna look
Hey,
to see
Vrar.
how Lindsay's
Rar,
reacting.
you found another monster to claim for the competition.
I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna look at Lindsay and go, why were they mocking that song?
Probably because they have no sense of propriety.
You don't want me. I mean, I was gonna go up there and crash their party. This doesn't.
So she goes, "Oh, I don't mind if you go crash their party, if you know what
Yeah,
I
drink.
mean."
Yeah, drink all their booze, make fun of them, take half their stuff and leave.
Like, she's
How
fine
you-
with
this is
it.
how
She
you
goes,
crash-
"Go on then." She says,
This is how you crash the party, and Brar's going to start up the side of the rock. As far as he's concerned, he's just been given permission by someone who can't really give him permission, but that's okay. It works for him. He's going up there. And he's going to rob people blind.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, so you're heading up there. So
Yeah, we actually like say anything to them, like so, like are they like? Sorry, I missed all that.
yeah, like they're
problem.
fully aware of us.
Okay, they're a problem.
Yeah,
Apparently,
Yeah.
they might be
Vrar-
the monster we need to add to our docket of collections.
sure.
Vrar's going to climb up to the top and goes, I've never heard the lyrics to this song. Where did you pick that up?
There's some other choice lyrics that you might be familiar with, and she will change the song to a song that you are very familiar with, which was sung by the sewer kobolds, and which they took quite seriously because it was one of those songs that had to be performed right because it was at the end of the working day, and it was basically the last thing before everyone sort of degenerated into whatever sort of squalor happened. And she is singing completely different lyrics to it, and she is making it sound like the kobolds are a bunch of like where like of useless ne'er-do-wells who trounce around the sewers eating shit, literally.
Boy. So yeah, my so that deception roll is to like see if she's like trying to provoke.
Oh no, she's just having the time of her life.
She is
Well,
absolutely. You don't need a roll for that. She's absolutely
no, I mean like
choosing
There once
to
was a
try.
lady from Pitax who's nothing other than a big fat ass.
Yeah.
any limerick that includes the city Nantucket. Okay, you just stop there. That's it. You need nothing
No.
more than that.
But it's
Yeah.
not that like I'm trying to see if she has an ulterior motive for what she is doing. Like, yes, it's obvious that she's trying to get under our skin, or it's obvious that she's trying to piss you off. But my role is to see if that is her main goal, or if her goal is something else.
Do you know what I think her motivation is?
Huh?
Bitch.
Bitch.
Can I help their food?
Can you help their food?
Yeah. Do they have food?
Can you poison their food?
No. I season their
No.
food.
I'm going to get highly upset when she starts singing like that. And I mean, Vrar's going to get highly upset, and he's
I'm
going
gonna
to
start
basically
climbing up there when I hear Varar starting getting upset.
like throwing a temp. Now you know this upset, Keldor. You've dealt with it. It's not like a violent upset. It's temper tantrum upset. It's Vrar acting like a 4-year-old that got told no, he can't eat the stapler. Okay, even though something that's absolutely ridiculous, they should never attempt, and if they had any sense, would never do it. But they're still going to scream at you, bloody murder, that they're gonna try, no matter what you say. Okay, that's what Vrar's going to start degenerating into when she starts talking to them like that. He's going to start pushing and shoving at the guards. Pushing and shoving, meaning what's in your pockets. Pushing and shoving.
I'm gonna accompany
All right.
him up there.
All right. So yeah, you see Vrar trying to get into their pockets, and you can see that the guards are not particularly happy with that turn of
Yeah,
events.
I clear my throat. I clear my throat at Brar, and I just I just do this.
What are you talking about? I've already made this check. It's terrible too.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to help.
Like I said, I already said I was doing it. I had to get around to making the check,
Sure,
and then
that's fine. And I'm slapping your hand when you get caught multiple times, and hoping that doesn't get them super pissed off at us. And I apologize profusely.
So as Vrar tries unsuccessfully to grab something out of one of these guards' pockets, he will sort of look down at Vrar and he goes, "Well, that's it," and he like goes to try and push Vrar, but Vrar like bounces out of the way, and the guy falls headfirst off 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 the escarpment and lands on his belly, 20 feet down, and takes 10 points of damage.
is your name Grace? And I'm going to turn around. Now, notice no weapon has been put in hand at all. Vrar considers this still all in good fun. And when the other guard goes for him, his intention is to tumble through him and to try to take his belt.
Now, the other guard is not going for you. The other guard is basically putting his arm in front of Animede and like gesturing for her to back up, and he is placing himself between all of you and her.
Oh, I'm gonna roll diplomacy and fuck you, dice.
Roll diplomacy and fuck you.
That's basically what you said.
I'm gonna roll intimidate. I would ask, why the hell are you trying to provoke him into fighting? And I gesture towards Vrar.
Okay. Oh. Who is the intimidation against, please?
The bard. She's the one provoking.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah, she's the one who sang it and pissed me off. Vrar just came out of the water. He was just feeling more like a sewer dragon than he's felt in days because he hasn't gotten to play around in the river at all. Okay? And then she pulls that bullshit. Yeah, he's not very happy.
She's like, you really can't take a joke, can you?
I don't think you understand what joke means.
Well, he asked a simple question, and I answered him, and he just couldn't take it. He obviously is, just not made up of the stuff that you would think from a seasoned adventurer such as yourself.
Seasoned. And I'm just going to look over at Keldor.
I mean, otherwise I could say, backwater fool, uncouth vagrant, but, I was trying to pick and choose the words.
Men wanted for food was seasoned, and kind of look over with a grin, and then climb down the rock.
All right. So you're disengaging from it.
Oh,
Um,
I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna check the guy who took 10 points of damage and go, I'm sorry, I did not mean for you to fall. And if he wants to take a swing at me, I will let him punch me in the face for it.
No. He gets himself up and he dusts himself off and he looks at you, gives you a big greasy like look, and then starts to climb back up again. So, but he does not try to have a go at you.
do I recognize the smell of what they're eating, or is that something that is more Pataxian and I wouldn't know?
It's definitely a Pataxian dish.
I would like to see if I have had it before.
Yes.
Does it smell like it's well cooked, or does it
I mean,
seem
for
like...
a campfire, yes.
Oh no, I'm trying to get into
Let's see if I
find an
think it's
inn.
well cooked for a campfire.
I'm trying to find an inn with
No,
this lady.
it's very disappointing.
I'm gonna climb back down and look at the rest of your. They're not worth spit. Let's just go.
I'm gonna wait for Lucas at the very least. She's just I said it. Her whole motivation is bitch.
I will vocalize it very loud. You know, the Pataxians can't properly combine their ingredients and like go off on the cooking tangent that proves their incompetence in that endeavor.
And I hear him open his
Like
mouth.
she was trying to do with Lindsay on music stuff. I will return the favor and point out how absolutely atrocious their capabilities are at cooking.
Yeah,
She takes another like massive like mouthful of like delicious like sopping like sauce dripping off the bone of this delicious looking flank of meat. And she's like wiping her mouth and she's like, okay.
My only thought is, I mean, the whole thought there is it's goat. How do you ruin nature's perfect meat?
So before we leave, I think we should do a. Well, let's cross the river first, and then let's check our gear and see if anything is weird, because I don't trust them.
Nah.
That's why I stayed away from them.
They don't trust me with reason, and I just keep walking off. Back into the river I go. If I find anything missing, I will blame it on her, regardless of whether she did it or not. You know this. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can you carry me across the river?
You don't find anything odd in your pack. Like everything is as you packed it.
Okay. Thank you. Yep. Off the river and all right, Kaldor. Let's head out.
All right, and the rest of the trip back to
Lodge.
Well, not the lodge, but the hunting
the
ground
campsite.
camp.
Yeah.
Is without issue.
Okay.
So we make our way back here. And you can have a full night's rest over there. Refreshing all spell slots. Refreshing all renewable consumables for the alchemist. Bringing your hit points to maximum. Only because we have easily enough healing to heal. So
yeah,
that doesn't reflect a night's rest. It reflects a night's rest plus all of the extra healing shenanigans that everyone can pull.
Okay. Does this count as enough of a night's rest for me to remove my weariness as well too, or do I need that in a bed?
No.
Like
you are going to have proper long-term 24-hour or more in bed.
Take a vacation.
Hold on. So tomorrow morning when it gets time to wake up, someone will literally have to physically remove Rar from his bedroll. He's not going to get up.
Nice.
Unless you make him. He just... Oh, I'm still tired.
What
I'll do
time?
the dishes tomorrow, Mom.
What time do we want to wake up, please?
Um,
As soon as we've had a full night's rest.
Thursday.
Okay, call it
But
6
it's
a.m.
Monday. Yes.
Sure.
All right, 6 a.m.
Well, I gotta redo my poachings.
Weather is sunny.
Does the wounded condition we have go down, and just not the weariness, or does wounded not go down either?
If the wounded came from getting crushed, it does not go down. Stays at 1.
Okay, it may have.
I know mine did. So my wounded's going to stick around until.
oh, did I take the wounded off for no reason? I'm sorry. I thought it was there for the last session.
I don't think Lucas got affected, did he?
Okay.
You
had
didn't.
no
Did you have
He got
the.
dropped, but he didn't
He
get
got
landed.
dropped.
Yeah,
But
we
it didn't
said
land on. It was only ones that
yeah.
I got it because I hadn't crushed.
yeah, because
by
he
a
got
fucking landing.
yeah.
Cool.
It's the
no
people
worries.
that got crushed, and we decided that in the other encounter that it would only be if we fell unconscious, like inside the thing, that it wouldn't be just getting swallowed; it would be falling unconscious. So yeah,
all right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Frar has been inherently kind of lazy the whole time that you've known him, but you've never known him to actively petition to just go back. I'm done. I don't want to do this. Just go back and sleep. He doesn't do that.
All right, looks like DMNix is getting
Is
a fate turned at a setback for a PC to Thekard.
No snap.
Fate, you're going to give Thekard a fate turn? You mean you're going to make his dice rolls good?
That's about the only thing that would work.
So Thekard, you wake up in the middle of the night. This doesn't affect your rest. Okay, so you're still going to be fully rested. You're still going to have everything. Actually, it's going to be very early in the morning. It's going to be about 4 o'clock. You wake up before everybody else. And you wake up to a nudging on your side. It eventually wakes you up, and you notice that Hordem is there. Hordem is nudging you awake.
Try to see what he wants, because that's not normal.
Hordem like gestures to his mouth like this. You can see that like his face is all scrolled up, not exactly in pain, but definitely discomfort.
Okay. He's an alchemical construct and doesn't eat. That's very confusing.
Hmm?
I guess a crafting check to diagnose his condition.
Yeah.
And see,
That's
can't
right.
roll above a 10.
So alchemical construct, right?
Mm-hmm. He's a alchemical familiar. He is a construct.
Let me just quickly have a little bit of a poke around here.
Immune to disease, doom, drain, fatigued, healing, non-lethal attacks, paralysis, poison, sickened, spirit, unconsciousness, vitality, and void.
What happens when you curse the thing that can't eat with eternal hunger?
Let's not imagine.
It doesn't really work. It's just a mess.
So
I've done it.
As it opens its mouth, you make this check to determine his condition, and you can see this is not how you created him, because I believe that that's how this works, right? As an alchemist,
Yeah.
you put this together, right?
You craft him.
Yeah. So
he is a crafted creature.
Where his hard and soft palate would be that you created from alchemical ingredients, that's all rusted.
How did you get rusted?
Shrugs, shakes his head.
Okay, we'll go into standby mode.
He
Since-
tries. He makes a really big effort to do what you're asking, and you can see that as he does, he's got the jitters, and he can't seem to control them.
Jitters?
Yeah, he's like shaking a bit. It's not like it's not horribly violent. It's just kind of uncomfortable shaking.
Is it like tremors for somebody that
Yeah.
has like Tourette's or whatever?
Yeah.
That makes no sense for a construct.
My first thought was, what's he got the shakes and can't figure out what kind of poison it was that he was drinking?
Well, he's not affected
When he
by a
doesn't
lot
drink?
of things,
He's not affected by poison.
right?
Have you ever seen Red Dwarf? You ever see the episode where they find Crichton's cousin that's been abusing Ultrazone for whatever it was? It's some of the funniest shit ever, man. Look that up.
So,
Yep.
what this setback is going to be is that you can fix this issue if you choose. You know what it's going to take to fix the issue, and it will fix him until something like this gets redeemed again. Okay, because we're redeeming a thing and we're introducing a story element. You know what will fix him. It will be, let's call it maybe a batch of ingredients that you would normally be using to create your daily alchemical goods or something like that. Something that reduces your daily amount. You have to, if you choose to fix him, you can, but it will take up an amount of your daily usage. What I am suggesting as your setback.
So sacrifice versatile vials. Some versatile vials.
It wouldn't be. I mean, I suppose it could be versatile vials, but he could just get versatile vials back. I'm kind of thinking if I can reduce the amount that he would normally get, because I think is it 6 normally with the not the versatile vials, the what is it? Can craft a number of alchemical items. I can't remember how all this works.
You alchemist.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
Alchemist is most definitely complicated.
So how many do you normally get per day of just your prepared things?
4 plus int mod is the standard.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
that's all you get for the day.
okay. So if you
We were
choose to
talking about
fix
from
him,
Advanced Alchemy.
yeah, if you choose to fix him, that you won't get the base 4, you would just get your int. If you choose not to fix him, he will get better after this day, right? So it will take the full day, and he will not be available for you to use him for delivery purposes for the day. So it's a trade-off. Either we make him not available for his special actions for the day, and you have your full complement of things, or you have 4 less, i.e. just your intelligence modifier, of your things, and you fix him now so he is available. That's the setback.
Shut him down for the day
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Okay.
and keep your vials in my
If we
opinion.
TPK, we can all blame Splatter Dragon for it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on you, Splatter Dragon. You hear that?
Hey,
Suddenly,
honestly, if we TPK, that would be like one of the best redeems in like I've ever experienced in this channel.
Or worse, depending on your
That's what I meant.
perspective.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
All right. So
Truly
Best.
a-
Okay, thank you for telling me that this is the best scenario. So now I know what to add to the Cyberpunk game.
And boss already doesn't give a shit.
So basically, I need to have a 1,000-point redeem to summon Cyber Psycho. Got it. I will add that right away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you,
And
Azrael.
let him tear boss's head off. That sounds great.
Alrighty. So, other than that small complication, you guys have a good rest. You wake up rested. You wake up with full health, full resources. Except that Hordem is unavailable for his special actions for the day. And as I said, this will just last today, and after today, he will get better. Okay? We are doing that, and you can. I mean, there might be an ongoing thing here if people keep on doing stuff like this, an ongoing story, but for now, this is an anomaly. And I can think about what story I want to tell with that later on, but for the moment, it's just happened. Okay, so how do we want to spend this day? It is now 6 o'clock in the morning. You have until noon to do any amount of hunting that you wanted. You have 2 trophies, and you gave one away to the Embeth travelers who are in your debt. Well, not in your debt,
Wait,
but they're your friends.
I thought like so the Wyvern and the Venus flytrap. That's
2.
yeah. And then we gave the Krooths one to
Them.
right? So
That's
we
what
have
he
2
said.
still.
Yeah,
Two
you have
still.
2.
So what we
He
should
said-
have done is taken Enemy's head, and that would have been a third one. Because she's a monster.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure that like we still
Um,
had the 2.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay.
By
Is the
that
way I
logic,
heard
I'd
it
have
was-
to take the head of every mime I ever encounter because they're monsters.
No, she's a monster.
I know you are. What am I?
Right, so what do we want to do? We've been here,
Um,
we've explored that, we've been here and explored that, we've been up here and explored that, we've been over here and explored that, we've been over here and explored that, and we've been here and explored that.
God damn, we've been everywhere.
No, there's 2 places, one here and one here, that we haven't.
I'm
Let's
open
start
to
with the close
exploring.
one.
I'm open to exploring.
We'll start with the close one, and then we'll head across to the other one.
Alright.
Yep.
Any special preparations or anything that we undertake before I change the map, please?
I'm gonna take that as yes.
All
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
I'm going to go ahead and make sure I do the click to rest for the night that I forgot to
Yes,
do earlier.
please.
Got my arrows. Do we have potions? Do we have healing stuff? Do we have alchemical fire? Do we have
I just point at Deckard. You ask all these
Um,
questions and I point at Deckard.
let's see.
Yeah.
I
His
think I
department.
want to grab something from the stash. Where is it? Damn it, where's the stash? I forgot.
So
In the campsite.
it might hang on. I have to adjust your privileges here. The reason
Okay.
that I have to adjust your privileges is that some of these sheets have changed.
Yeah.
It's been upgraded. And I have to just make sure that the missions are fixed. So all players, so that's fine. So, and then that's got the stash on it. Yeah, so you should be able to do that still. Yeah, hopefully. If-
Yeah, the sheets for Kingdom and the campaign sheet and the camping sheet changed, but
Right.
the party sheet didn't, from what I could tell.
Yeah.
Where's the party sheet?
So it's in the
You go
actors.
to characters
Oh, I see it. Never mind.
under actors.
Yeah.
You turned in. there's a folder icon and there's a sheet icon. You click the sheet icon.
Oh, all right. Cool. Thanks. Stash. Anybody want this alchemist fire?
Sure, I'll take one.
It's in there.
I can drop it on you.
Thank you.
I obviously didn't take it because I can make them.
Do we want? Does anybody want healing pots? We have some anti-plague. We have a smoke stick. Come on, come all.
Nope, not gonna fuck around with that anymore.
Minor healing potions are a D8. It wouldn't hurt for you guys to have a few of them if you
How many
don't
are in
already.
how many are in the stash right now?
7?
7.
I'll take 2.
Will you throw one on me, please?
Oh, I've already got 2. I don't need 2. All right. Well, here, I'll make 2 more.
I've got 6 on me.
Okay.
All right, we're down to 4 in the stash. I've got 4 on me.
It just is a good option if I get locked down or unconscious. It's good that you guys have a few of them.
Other than that, I'm good. So I just want to, like Matt said, thank you, Matt, for letting us know, and I am good.
Okay.
And thank you for the wyvern snare from last time.
You make your way into a forest clearing consisting of a nearly 200-foot wide bowl-shaped hollow in the terrain, at the center of which sprawls a large nest-like structure made of broken underbrush and saplings. You see, marauding around the area, a hydra. Let me send you a picture.
God damn it! We thought that we killed this fucking thing, but we were wrong. Yay!
We thought they were mistaken and thought that plant thingy thing was the Hydra. No, there's an actual fucking Hydra too.
Hey. Sorry, now we probably want modern, whatever the fuck his name is.
And of course, there's dead Eldari there.
There you go. So that's what they have depicted this as. It's bright red and
Part of the reason
green.
why, I was looking in the chat where it's like I look over and somebody, Eldori's sister, takes 115 damage. I'm like, whatever did that better not fucking hit me.
Well, apparently it did.
So yeah, so you see this. It's a hydra with bright green and red stripes on its scales. It slithers up out of its nest with a series of roars as it as you approach. It is you see the bodies, the savaged bodies of both Eldori sisters, strewn about this field. Absolutely ravaged. Savage.
Didn't we just make friends with them too?
Yes.
God damn it. The bitch bard lives and the ones that we made friend with died. Oh, man.
Yeah, welcome to Kingmaker.
Yep. Sorry. just following the script.
Oh, that's why I didn't blame you. What did I say? We've done YOLIS together where we both are GMs.
We try to roll fairly. Sometimes it might not seem that way. But yeah, we try to be fair, but we are following the story here. So yeah, you see them savaged. You see their gear is mostly intact, but their bodies are certainly not.
It would be good to send them back to their families. You're
Let's
muted.
deal with the fucking Hydra first.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I am all for funeral rites. Survivors do that.
Oh, I don't disagree.
Are we at initiative right here? I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's 2 better than last time.
Do you want me to roll for Lucas?
Sure. Yeah, he's just BRBing.
Yep. That's why I asked.
Turn the music off again.
Told you I don't mind helping if I know.
All right.
Oh, great.
Don't worry, it's a long way over there. Oh God, it's right on top of us.
Let me guess. It has... So it's 15 away, so... Yeah, no, it's... If it has a little over 60, it's going to be able to make it pretty quick. Double action, because it's 75 away.
Depends on
So
how much of what we're
that's-
looking at between here and there is difficult terrain.
Yeah, and since it's large, it may also have reach, which means that it only have to go 70 at most. So I'm inclined to think not good. It probably is going to come up and smack you. Maybe not. Yeah,
I
it's
vote.
gonna
I
come
vote.
up and smack you.
I vote Keldor, not me. But that's just because I mean,
I don't know
it's
what
probably
its
going to
speed is.
smack us
Living
both.
creatures tend to be faster, but
All right,
hopefully it's
so
not.
it roars and it just rears up all of its multiple heads, of which at the moment let's just see here. There are 5 heads.
Awesome.
It rears its 5 vigorous heads and then charges. Getting to you. And peering down with its beady eyes. Deckard?
I don't like this.
Well, I mean, it was either going to get on top of us or we were going to try to get on top of it. At this
Just for the
point,
sake
I'm
of having
sure
some map, can we shift
no
everything
one has
a few squares?
a clue what I'm going to go with.
Sorry, I didn't catch everyone because there was multiple of you talking. Malkov, I believe you said something.
I was just wondering, just for the sake of having the map with squares to move around on, can we just shift everything up a few squares?
Sure.
Or if you can just add more map below that, I don't know if that's possible.
No, it's not.
Okay. Azrael gave me a hero point, it looks like, in chat. So I'm going to use that now because I think we're going to need it. If not, this guy's not going to burn. And I really need him to burn. Hey! Range penalty too? No. I wouldn't have a range penalty. Why did it do that?
Probably because it was moving at the time you rolled.
Oh, okay.
doesn't matter. It's still
So
hit.
It's a
is that
crit.
Well, it would have been 10 over, which would have been a crit. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, it's a crit.
It makes a big difference. That's why I'm
Well, yeah.
asking.
Yeah, no, I was saying if it's the difference between a hit and a crit, that's the only thing we need to worry about right there.
Hit and
And
a
it's
crit
the-
also means sickened as well as extra fire.
So, as a reaction to you throwing the bomb, it is going to make an attack of opportunity.
Of course.
So we now know it has 10-foot reach because Thecker's at the back, and it still hit it for the ranged attack he just did.
And of course he hits.
So you take
Did he get his sickened on that?
you take that,
Oh, he still would have hit.
and then he then has the effect. The reaction is the range strike, not getting hit by the range strike.
Interacting with the object triggers it.
Second one.
And even though his interacts are free, even though your interacts are free actions for you, they're still interacts.
Awesome. Well, at least he's getting burning.
Oh yeah, no.
And he's sickened. That hurt a lot.
Could have been better, it could have been worse. But yes, you now see that one of its heads has struck down at you as you did that.
You're kind of breaking up a little
Really
bit on
bad.
that.
It'll correct itself. Sorry.
Letting you know.
I am going to move behind this rock.
Okay. 1 second, please.
Down and around.
Did I get hit yet?
Yep.
Now, just Theckered with an attack of opportunity for throwing a vial.
So as you move, it gets an attack of opportunity.
Of course.
It gets one for every head, I think.
This time it misses.
Good. Because everything I do is an interact action.
You have to move the fuck away. Yeah, you can't be right near that. That'll eat you.
Is that everything?
Nah, I'm going to go ahead and throw a fire at him.
Yay! Look at that, a 10. You got a 10 and over. And it still missed.
But it has splash. So
Splash.
Kaldor, Lindsay, and Farrar
Yeah,
are taking
I
splash.
know. I was hoping. Sorry, guys. That's it.
Mhm. Okay. Ooh. It is Lindsay's turn. Lindsay's gonna see Theckered retreating and thinks that's probably a good idea. Actually, she needs a full rest. I do it. Let's make sure that that's done. Get all of our spell slots back. On her way through, she will cast haste on Bra, I guess. And that will provoke an attack of opportunity, which the creature will take.
Awesome.
Woo.
And we'll hit her for 16.
Lindsay, get
And
back here with me.
she casted haste.
She should have moved before casting haste.
And then she moves. Which provokes an attack of opportunity.
Which is why I said she should have done the other way.
Yeah, well, she hasn't learned yet. Now she will. And it will strike.
I mean, she saw it happen to me. Just I was hoping, but...
And it will miss. Lucas?
Yo.
Your turn.
Aye, aye. I will.
Book.
Not that close. I won't.
He doesn't have a short bow.
Nope. I would like to. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still think Bowie's gonna come in.
You need to be 7 squares back.
So it's going to make an attack of opportunity as you leave.
Okay.
That's 5 attacks.
Correct.
That's the 5th. Yeah.
And missed.
I've been using this dice to keep counter.
That is so. If I shoot the back, that's 45. Well, if I shoot the back corner, that's 50. Is that far
No,
enough away?
that's not
that
how
I
it
don't-
works.
Damn.
Closest.
You have to be that far away from. So you needed
Okay.
to have
You
moved.
Let's
can
try.
the arrow teleport through part of its body.
Okay. Butts. Well, piss.
How much
I
movement
will-
did you have?
5.
25.
Fuck. Hang on.
So use a second move.
I am.
Devise a stratagem and just take a single
1,
shot, knowing that
2.
it'll hopefully fucking hit. But
Alright,
get
So I'm gonna move over there. That's as far away as I can get, I think. Right?
That's 50. So
yeah,
Okay.
you're good. You're good.
I will target that little rat bastard. I will devise my strategy.
not a rat, it's a snake.
I will probably hopefully hit, but let's look. I will strike with my longbow, and I will hit. Damage. Oh hell, fuck me, yes.
That's
That is that is about as much damage as I could have done without the crit.
pretty
Mhm.
close.
It's a good hit.
Pretty close. Yeah, that was good.
I think that's it. 2 moves
I'm
and
so. Oh, by
two
the
moves
way,
in a
I
strategy.
used that.
the share stratagem to Caldor.
I
It's
used
off guard against
the
you, Keldor.
hero point you gave me, Azrael, to re-roll, which caused it to be a crit instead of missing
Very
for the
nice.
tallow bomb.
Very good.
The tallow bomb, it made him sickened and is doing fire damage.
You're welcome. I will be done.
Okay. All right. We have Kaldor. Oops, sorry, Kaldor.
I am going to do an intimidating strike. I don't know if that included the off guard or not.
Dude, the sicken made you hit.
Yeah, either way you hit.
That's awesome. Everyone matters.
And frightened one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I will swing again.
Yep.
I'm done.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Vrar's not being subtle. He's just going to try to pound this thing repeatedly.
All right.
Flank it.
Yeah.
He's
Flanking
not
it.
thinking that way at this point right now, and he's.
You targeted it.
Yeah, I thought I did. Damn it! Thank you. There, now it's targeted.
That's probably a miss.
Yeah. The 21's miss, yeah.
I figured it was. Back into my character mode now, so come off target.
That will also miss.
Now, when I can't hit it twice, I'm now going to try to tumble through it to flank.
Do you have that much movement?
I have 35 movement while I am raging.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah, literally just.
Just, yeah.
Uh-huh. And I will make that's an acrobatics check for tumbling through,
Correct.
correct?
Against reflex DC. Reflex DC is 23. You succeed normally.
25.
Now, I'm assuming that this creature does not actually have any stuff. If it had stuff, I could steal from it on the way through right now as a free action, too.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Has a whole bunch of saliva, fangs.
Well, he's going to put himself in a position where if it does have stuff, he can get at it. He just doesn't want that stuff.
All right, and that's the end of your
No!
turn. Imogen.
Ah!
So the Hydra is going to regenerate.
Ah!
Regenerate? Aw, what stops his regeneration?
Don't know. You haven't cold knowledge.
Sudden and
Oh, we're gonna
severe
need to do that.
beatings. Well, I consider
Well,
that
apparently
someone
it's
else.
not fire, otherwise it wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said,
I believe
I-
I'm reading
I
this
don't-
correctly. So,
You said it regen.
yeah.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
going to be, let's have a look. There's going to be 15 at regens.
Sorry.
15 regen. Wow.
Goddamn.
That's a lot of
Boo.
regen.
It is a lot of regen. Fuck.
And then it will.
But it takes the damage
Focused.
at the end, right?
What?
It takes the persistent at the end, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No worries. I'm just
It will
trying to remember
focused attack
order of operations.
on Keldor, who did the most damage.
Makes me kind of glad I didn't hit it, but simply because don't be bit by 5 goddamn heads. Not that Keldor's going to enjoy it much either, but
Okay. So there's going to be 2 lots of damage here. So it's going to be the fangs damage. And then it'll be this on top. As all of its heads strike you one after the other, it's the one attack, 2 actions, and it just does a d6 for every head but beyond the first, on top of the normal damage.
Does that increase its multiple attack penalty?
Strike counts as a number of attacks equal to the number of heads the Hydra has towards the Hydra's multiple attack penalty, yes.
so if it tries to do anything else as another attack action right now, it's going to be at a ridiculous
Minus
negative.
20.
No, it doesn't go beyond 10. Multiple attack
Yeah, 10's
penalty never
max.
goes above 10. For anybody.
Okay. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Nice. Good to know. Rules and constraints about the game that I don't know yet because I'm not fully familiar.
Yeah. It will, with its final action, because it really has nothing as far as extra stuff, will target Vra and try to make that minus 10 attack. Just doesn't have anything. Oh. Yep, misses. That's fine. Decker.
Barely. Minus 10.
Ooh. So we're dealing a shit ton of damage to it with that ongoing damage, and we're recalling. Yep, so it does recover.
Bummer.
Thickard, your turn.
Disappointed the fire only went for 1.
It was still a shite ton of
Boo.
damage.
Boo.
Too bad. It
Um,
happens.
Recall knowledge on it to see what we can find out about it, particularly if possible, the regenerative nature.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I'm fine with that. So, I'll read it out. Obviously, your character doesn't know it quite this specific. Okay?
Oh yeah.
So, there's going to be two elements to reading it out, okay? First element is head regrowth, and the second is Hydra regeneration. Okay? Head regrowth.
Okay.
Hydra ordinarily has 5 heads. A creature can attempt to sever one of the Hydra's heads by specifically targeting it and dealing damage equal to the head's hit points. A head that is not completely severed returns to full hit points at the end of any creature's turn. A Hydra can regrow a severed head using Hydra regeneration. A creature can prevent this regrowth, the regrowth of the head, by dealing acid or fire damage to the stump, cauterizing the head. Single target acid or fire effects need to be targeted at a specific stump, but effects that deal splash damage or affect areas covering the Hydra's whole space cauterize all stumps if they deal acid or fire damage. If the attack that severs a head deals any acid or fire damage, the stump is cauterized instantly. If all 5 heads are cauterized, the Hydra dies. Hydra regeneration says the Hydra has regeneration equal to 3 times the number of heads it has, which is 5 for a total of 15. If a Hydra's body is missing any heads and the remaining stumps have not been cauterized, the Hydra attempts a fortitude save after it regains hit points from regeneration. On a success of that fortitude save, one uncauterized stump regrows 2 heads. On a critical success, 2 uncauterized stumps regrow into 2 heads each, for a total of potentially 4. The Hydra can never regrow more than double the amount of heads it ordinarily has, so it can never regrow more than 10 heads at a time. The Hydra's regeneration only fully deactivates if all its heads are severed and all stumps are cauterized, at which point it dies anyway.
So there's
you
no
cast target
way to
head
actually kill it but to destroy the heads and burn them.
and cauterize. Well, it takes area fire damage on its turn, so if you guys remove a head, it'll be cauterized per the rules.
Does the regen happen before or after?
It's on its turn.
It's on its turn. It says the only regen that happened outside of its turn was if you partially damaged a head. All damage for that is at end of any creature's turn to the heads are regrown. So we need to target individual heads and expect Deckard to keep lighting this fucker on fire as a group.
I will go ahead and target one of the heads.
Well, it has to be somebody that goes before Deckard and after the Hydra. Or otherwise it's
Ooh,
gonna...
it's not a crit though.
No.
Oh, that has splash, right?
Yeah, sorry. All my stuff has splash.
We need to get like minor charms of resistance against that shit.
Yeah.
Fire and acid. Something that just prevents like 2.
I think it's for very different reasons, but I think Alchemist is also a terrible class for the game.
All right.
From what Matt's opinions are.
I mean, I have quite divisive opinions, so don't take my word for it.
Well, no, you have problems with it from a mechanical standpoint. My problem is, well, I guess it's also a mechanical standpoint. It's super action intensive on healing, and it causes tons of party damage.
The bomber doesn't. The bomber
No, the
can
bomber's
make
good.
it
The Trojan is not.
where well, the Trojan is the healing variant, which is why I did it. But yeah, the bomber it just allows you any of your splash damage to avoid your allies.
Yeah. There's always pros and cons to all things. Thecard, is that the end of your turn? Or have you had your turn? I'm lost.
Decker just did.
You did one
That was it.
One
versatile
vial. That's all you've
vial.
done so far.
Okay. So Lindsay. How much can she do this? That's 30 feet. 5, 10, yeah. So she's going to target Kaldor and cast Sue.
Nice.
And so you can apply that, and then she will cast Inspire Courage. Lucas?
Yep. I will devise again.
Sure.
Let's do this.
Given... Oh. Yep.
Anybody want to give me a hero point?
Not for
You
that.
gotta deal with that one.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
I already dealt with a one rolling dice
Okay,
on the
that's all
on
good.
the
No
last
worries.
thing. It's just part of it.
That's just crit fail.
If it was you dying, that'd be different.
It's fine. No worries. Crit this. Let's map. Oh, let's map again.
Do you have any Alchemist fire right now?
Yep.
Okay.
I think I've got one. Wait a minute. Hang on.
You've already done your 3 actions.
I know.
that's
I know.
fine.
I did. This is just for next time.
So I
no.
gave you a point there, Azriel, if you just take a look at that for us. See how that's going to pan out for you. So, what shall we do? I love you, man.
I'm done.
Yeah, no, I'm not. So you
Please
are
do.
going to... I'm going to press this button. Okay, so from somewhere within you, a gouging claw that is part of your capabilities is niggling somewhere inside and threatens to do something bad here, but it misses.
Yeah.
So you're lucky.
It does.
But you realize that something is awry with your magic.
Great.
Anything else on your turn?
I mean, I'm out of time. I'm out of shit, right?
All right,
I'm out of actions.
That would be you then, Keldor.
It sure is.
Yeah, I am going to try and do a slam down.
Nice.
Is the Hydra even flankable?
Yeah.
Is it? 5 heads? Shit, they can't.
Oh, hang on. All round vision. Yeah, it's all round vision.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, I
If
didn't
it's
think
got
so.
all around vision, it can't be flanked anyway.
I'll re-roll that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, that's a lot better. Ooh. Very close. Good damage. Boop.
And then a
That's
athletics
not
roll.
the right person. That's the right person.
Keldor hits Lucas from across the battlefield.
Yeah.
I didn't have it targeted.
I mean, it's like
No.
Mjolnir, right? Like he's just throwing it.
Athletics to knock it prone. Is this what's happening?
Yeah.
It would be 28. I think. It's fortitude or reflex. Sorry.
The trip attempt is reflex, I believe.
Then you're good. Yeah, it's tripped. Oop. Done. Tripped. Does that do damage to it as well?
No.
Is that the end of your turn?
No, I have one more action.
Then
I am going to do the follow-up strike that does extra damage even if it does damage even if I miss. Where's that feat? So we can link it.
I know the one you're talking about. I saw it before.
This one.
after compromising. Sure.
Oops, it still has map. I forgot to do that.
Oh, that was so close.
So it'll do 4 damage.
4?
It maintains your strength modifier through. Is that what it's doing?
No, it's a 2-handed weapon.
Ah, it's based on the size of the weapon. Okay.
It's the number of damage dice plus 2 if it's a 2-hander.
Rar?
And I have 2 dice of damage right now.
Vrar's thinking that he's gotten, sneaky behind this thing, and then realizes that 2 of the heads are looking
At
directly
him.
and he's like, "Oh shit, that was useless." Strike.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh.
Are you targeting a head or not?
Well, I was planning on intentioning. I mean, we said that last time. Hey, Thacker, did you say anything to us on your turn?
Yes, I said I did.
Okay, so yes, I'm always at this point now. I'm targeting heads with each swing until a head dies, and then moving on to a new head.
okay. Go ahead. And go
So
ahead. Go ahead.
That's going to be, I'm sure, more than.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I rolled regular damage, not crit. Is
That's
that still
okay.
enough to
I'll
destroy
just
the head?
double it. I'll just double it.
Yeah, thank you. Did that destroy a head or not?
Oh, you mean you effectively kill it, but yes. One of the heads, in fact, you crit. So I'm going to allow you to destroy, to sever 2 of its heads because you crit.
Okay. So that was the first strike.
Yes, it was.
Second strike, because of haste, has no map.
Not because of haste. Haste doesn't do that.
That's the way that it applies it for what's showing on the list of strikes I have available. The strike from haste doesn't have that, or does they all have maps? Every one of them at that point.
Yeah, everything has a map. Yeah.
Okay, well then that needs to be applied to -5, whether that applies.
It's still gonna. So
Minus
it's a hit.
5 when crit.
It's a
Yeah.
hit.
So I'm rolling just regular damage on that then.
That I'm gonna say that's enough to sever a
Okay,
head.
so that's a third head. Second strike.
Because we have to finish up here, so I'm gonna just.
Yeah, I know. Third strike.
Sure. Nice. Demo. Nice. That is actually enough. So
that's 4.
That's 1, 2, 3 strikes on 4 heads because I managed to crit on that one. And last strike at the same horrible map. Can I hit it again and take all 5 in the same round?
No, but it doesn't
Nope,
matter.
I missed.
So, given that we are at time and I have to honor my work agreements and all of this stuff, we're going to suspend the abilities of the thing, because Thecked's turn would be straight after its anyway, and he could do all of the damage, and it can't regenerate all of those heads, and we can definitely ruin its
GG.
day. So, good job, everybody. We have defeated a Hydra and have scored third trophy, meaning that
Is that 5 different ones?
no, it's
We get to
one
bring back all
trophy.
those heads.
What are you talking about? We're going to bring back a bouquet of heads. That's how you know it was a Hydra.
Decorated with a bouquet of fronds from some giant fucking fly.
From a horrible plant.
You
I do want
also,
to make sure we take back the Eldari sisters.
yeah, you can also
Yeah.
loot
Yeah.
these Eldari sisters for whatever you want from them.
I'm not taking their gear.
Ooh, dueling sword.
I would
I
not
can't
let
use it.
anybody take their gear off of them. I would say no. They're going home with their gear.
Okay, that's fair. All
That's
right.
fine.
Well,
That's cool.
They were friends.
I'll pick
Just to be clear, it is an advanced weapon. You can't use it
Mhm.
without having a negative. You are untrained in
It's
it.
fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's
It's
still
not
Can I-
unique to you. I'm
Can I at least
making it
take the
clear so
arrows?
if anyone wonders.
I'm sure that you can take the
Advanced
arrow.
You can have the arrows, but you're not taking their swords. Their swords are part of who they are, and their swords are going home with their bodies.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Ammunition, man. Nobody give a shit about you taking the ammo.
Arrows? No, arrows are not.
Yeah.
Remember, we reloaded you with arrows out of the stash when you were AFK last time anyway, because you had said you'd run out. So
Did.
don't over encumber yourself.
I didn't.
All right. So with all of that said and done, guys, you will at the start of next session we'll just do the wrap up of the hunt with everything that has gone on, and we will do that in the next session. Very much appreciated. I hope you had a good time today. We definitely fared a lot easier in the last couple of ones to what we had with the Wyvern and the fly trap, but you did very well, and yeah, we've got lots there, so we're gonna have a bit of a look. Flip over to the ending screen, see who we can trade into. Alright, you want to link it? Okay. Cool. So we're a hunt down completely, right? Is that right? Like the whole hunt? No, I mean for XP. For any of it, right? Is that right? Yeah. Cool. I will make sure to do that when I get home from work today. So it should be up. It should be up by your tomorrow. No worries. Guys, please look after yourselves. Take care. Be kind to one another. And from me, Matt in the Hat. Until next time. Catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye.